Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about the Sun intercepted in a natal horoscope. Now, this is going to be the first video of planets that are intercepted in a natal chart. Now, beginning with the Sun represents our ego and our basic needs. It's our inner character. It's our identity. It's who we actually are, as opposed to the rising sign, which is most the rising sign is our astrological mask, our facade. It's our outward disposition and demeanor. It's that side that is more readily expressed to others. Now, we look at the Sun intercepted. There can be some suppression of the person's ego and basic needs. The person might be somewhat introverted or inhibited somehow in expressing their inner, their true, I guess you could say, their true personality, their identity. It could be somebody that, besides being introverted and reserved, there might be maybe they may experience maybe some difficulty in being, I guess you could say, extroverted or gregarious. And if we look at the nature of this, now if we look at somebody that was to have a different, a more like outgoing rising sign, and let's say that somebody had Leo rising and they had the Sun intercepted, now that will help modify, I guess you could say, the introversion part of the person strongly, though the basic needs may still be somewhat held back and restrained. This person would be a little bit more outgoing than your typical Sun intercepted. And now, the Sun intercepted can be a lot about introspection and a lot of, you could say, a lot of self-analysis, evaluation. And it's not, the person may express a lot of the characteristics early in life of their Sun sign, don't get me wrong, but maybe not as outwardly with others as opposed to maybe more in a reserved way, perhaps maybe more by themselves in solitude, or perhaps in the company of their very, I guess you could say, prominent family members, or just with close friends, acquaintances a little more. Now, the Sun sign is not always expressed easily anyway, because most people have a different rising sign, but this is even expressed even at a little lower level, especially more early in life. Now, by progression, when the Sun comes out of interception, then those characteristics and qualities, the attributes of the Sun sign, their basic needs, ego needs, will be expressed will be expressed stronger at that point in time. Now, we look at this, and a lot can depend on the sign of the person's Sun sign. Now, let's say a person has the Sun in Cancer intercepted. Now, if somebody has the Sun in Cancer intercepted, they may have, maybe early in life, may have some difficulty expressing those basic needs, those, I guess you could say, those basic wants, I should say, that are connected, or that may be associated with the home, the family, things connected with the mother. The qualities of Cancer, that nurturing, sympathetic, that emotional side to them, they may not express them as readily early on in life, but later on may have a stronger ability to express them. And it also, depends, the house placement, of course, it plays a role as well. If somebody had the Sun in Cancer, say, in the second house, now this could be a person that may have difficulty expressing those nurturing qualities, that sensitivity toward matters that are connected with income generated, their values, and maybe even their own self-esteem and self-worth to some degree. So, let's say we take the Sun in Cancer intercepted. Let's put it in the 8th house. Now, the 8th house rules transformation, regeneration, things that we could say, taxes. It can have matters pertaining to death. Now, if somebody has the Sun in Cancer intercepted in the 8th house, they would have the difficulties in expressing maybe their Cancer, their Sun in Cancer self, their, as far as those attributes or characteristics go, but they would also maybe have a difficulty applying them, like the nurturing qualities, the sensitivity in matters maybe connected with death, things that are connected perhaps with taxes, maybe insurance as well, matters that are connected with having to maybe make some kind of change or transformation, matters that are associated with upheavals in this person's life. So, and by progression, of course, this person would have more, would be more apt to be able to do this more readily. So, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the Sun intercepted in a natal chart, and stay tuned next time where I'll be dissertating and talking about the Moon intercepted in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.